Next up on Jason's video game source, we have Marathon, which is a player versus player extraction shooter, player versus player environment extraction shooter, I should say. Came out March 5th of 2026, so a couple days ago for me. Um, I made about 10 gameplay VODs for this game. Uh, as you know, these aren't my type of games. Extraction shooters, multiplayer video games aren't my type of games. Uh, my channel JVGS is basically an old man solo gaming channel with all type of genres, even sports games, everything mixed in. But it's mostly a solo channel. So, anyways, I spent my money $39.99 and bought Marathon, which is created by the designers of Halo, much beloved two series, Halo and Destiny. Right, I made thousands of gameplay videos for Destiny, 1 and 2. So I plopped down my money because, in the end of the day, I am a gamer. Even though in some ways, personally, I don't want to support these type of games. I want Bungie to make a solo game. Okay, but I am a gamer. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would be playing video games. Okay, if I didn't have the website, I would be playing video games. So at the end of the day, I am a gamer and I want to support Bungie. So I bought the game. So yeah, I made 10 gameplay videos and played a few matches and looked at the menus and stuff. Impressions wise, Marathon is a good game. Okay, it's a solid video game. Gameplay mechanics. Some people hate the art style. I actually think the art style is okay. I actually kind of dig the art style. It's different, right? It's a different art style. I played a couple extraction shooters like Arc Raiders, which is really casual. Uh, I would say Marathon is like a little more difficult to jump in and play. You have various shells. I think there's 4 or 5 shells right off the bat. You can unlock that. Basically, they're like classes. One has like a shell. The other one could turn invisible. Different names of the shells and whatnot. I like the lore behind this. From what I understand, this is like an old IP that Bungie been sitting on for a very long time. But I guess the original IP was a solo game, and they decided to turn it into an extraction shooter. But yeah, I mean, it's a good game. Okay, the bottom line is this: but Marathon's a good game. It's not a bad game. It's a good game, and I see. I've been scouring the internet, and people are like hoping it fails. Some people are hoping it succeeds and whatnot. Personally, I want Bungie to make a solo game next. Okay, that's just me, and I do not, I don't like any game to fail. That's just me. That's just me. I don't like any game to fail. I do not want Marathon to fail. I want Marathon to become huge. But I also want Bungie to make a solo game next. Because if Marathon does fail, who the hell knows what Sony's going to do with Bungie? They might cut a lot of Bungie if this game flops. So keep that in mind, gamers. But yeah, it's a decent game. Okay, it's if you're into extraction shooters, you should probably give Marathon a try. The problem with me is that it does cost $39.99. I know they're gonna funnel in more content and updates and stuff. I just played on 2 different maps. I played as I think Destroyer and the Rook. So I played solo and I played multiplayer, and yeah, it's pretty difficult to get a hold of. I mean, it's fun, it's challenging. The lore seems pretty good when you start looking at the menus and reading about the world and everything. It seems like a pretty good base of a world for an extraction shooter with lore and whatnot. But the game is not for me. I don't care if it's Arc Raiders. I don't care if it's Tarkov. I don't care if it's a Marathon. These games aren't for me. Um, but if you are a multiplayer guy, you love multiplayer video games, or gal, you love multiplayer video games, you might want to spend the $39.99, or you might want to hold off, because we all got to see what how successful this game is at an early stage in its life, because this is a gas game. This is a service, so it's all about player counts and all that shit that I kind of hate, but that's the reality of these games. It's player counts, and it's a service. So we got to see where Marathon pans out at and stuff. But me just jumping in, making a few gameplay videos. It's a solid game. I mean, there's nothing. I'm not extraction shooter pro. I'm not a multiplayer pro, so I can't really get into the details of the TTK, the hit rates, and all that shit. But it's a good game. It's a good game. But there's all these free options out there that people are really dug into. You know, watching people play and streaming and all that shit. So you know, I hope the best for Bungie and Marathon. That's all I'm gonna say. So that's about it for my thoughts on Marathon. It's a good game, but it does cost $39.99, and I hope it doesn't fail. I hope it succeeds, and I hope Bungie makes a fucking solo video game next, much in the vein of like, Halo or Destiny or something like that. Anyways, that's about it for my rambling on there. Have a great day, guys, and have a good Monday tomorrow. Later.